Daily Major Ed Foundation, we also focus on making sure that we partner up with great organizations. Great organizations like St. Jude's, great organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, our friends at Warriors for Freedom, our friends at Force 50 Foundation, which provides veterans the health care that they need. As you can see, we are the safety net at the John Daly Major Ed Foundation to make sure that no one gets left behind on the field of battle and that you're taken care of in the home front. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Hoorah!
You've heard me talk about Squares golf shoes and how they help you hit the golf ball further. And many of you are saying, oh, come on, Faldo, give us a break. How is that possible? But yes, they do. And it's proven with science.
What we noticed with the Square shoes was the shoe keeps the pressure in a more stable fashion towards inside of the trail heel, allowing pressure to get to the lead side, generating much more club and speed and distance gain.
Visit squares.com. Change your shoes, change your game. Squares, the distance golf shoe.
Teeing up on the 10T here on Big's Golf Talk BGT 2.0 and BGT TV. I am John Quick. He is Bill Cuevas, and he is the wisest man in golf. Joining us on the back nine, Greg Wise. And gentlemen, I'll tell you what, golf is good, and we're having a good time here so far on this particular program. Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, our website is...
What our website is? bigsgolftalk.com or .net.
BIGGSgolftalk.com or .net. And what do we got going on next, Bill Cuevas?
We have the man behind Scratch Stick. We're going to learn how to putt better. It's so much more than that.
It's a tool.
It's a golf alignment tool. It's a monopod and a punting aid. It's a trifecta. It's got you all. And it also looks like
the utility knife of golf.
It is. And I believe it has the fork on the bottom of it. So for those that can't bend over properly, you can fix those divots. What you think?
Wait, you stole my thought because I
stole your thought.
Used it for. Come on.
Who said it first? You or me?
Well, I guess on air you did. Off air I did.
Hey, Greg Wise. Now you feel my pain, right?
You feel his pain from him taking my ideas. Yes, you do.
I'll send you a sympathy card.
There you go.
It's in the mail.
All right.
Here goes my sympathy card. I treated myself to an orange creamsicle.
I didn't even know they had those at the halfway house.
They had it at the front of the house. Let's bring in our guest. Come on. Let's bring him in.
He is the CEO of Scratch Stick. David Barino is joining us here on Big's Golf Talk BGT TV. David, welcome into BGT TV, BGT 2.0.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure, Mr. David. So as now our listeners know, it is not a scratch stick where we're going to scratch.
I mean, you can actually get some good spots back there if you need.
So it is more than a trifecta. It's a whole bunch of tools. We still haven't figured out all the cool things that it can do. So
yeah,
David,
I call it the coach in a bag. You know, it's cheaper than a coach. Lesson costs now $100 to $150. You know, for $99, you could have a coach travel with you around in your bag.
That's right. Very lightweight, very economical. Money-wise to do things. How did you come up with the idea of Scratch Stick?
My personal journey towards achieving better golf was through countless hours on the range, like many golfers that are trying to improve. And I found that I couldn't find a stable recording device for my game. And a lot of times my coach I've had multiple coaches, but a lot of them said, I don't know if you have the right angle. I need a better angle for your particular, to see what you're doing. And I was always frustrated with the things that were available online, with tripods, trying to put the phone on your bag, falling over, and your angle was off. And I had this idea in my brain before I even launched this. It was 3 years just stewing it over and just saying I kept thinking, what could I do to put something in somebody's bag that would, one, help them record. That was the main objective of what I was trying to achieve. And then what other things could I encompass? So I was always using alignment sticks. I was always using the standard rods that cost like $12. You can get 2 of them for $12.99 at Home Depot. But I really wanted something that was universal. I legally can't use this, but who cares? I own the company, so it doesn't matter. But I call it the Swiss Army knife of game improvement. That's
what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and we didn't even know that. So I guess it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what with that. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a reference. It's not like we're referencing something from, that green and yellow that you're not even allowed to talk about or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. So you have it now. So originally you started off with the idea because you wanted a better way to film your swing when you are on the golf course. How did it evolve to everything else that it does?
Well, it was just out of the fact that I needed to work on putting. A lot of golfers don't really work on their short game, as we all know, as far as chipping and putting. And I was just listening to something the other day. Is like, if you're good at 150 yards in, you're really going to improve your game. And I really wanted something that encompassed that with a putting option, which is the putting stick that comes straight out. You can put your ball right on top. Okay. And doing the trade shows, this is the one thing that just people gravitated towards. They're like, I really need to work on my putting. So you put the ball right on top, and then it's got a mirrored finish, so you can actually see your eyes over the ball. So a lot of the best putters in the world, like Tiger Woods, you name it, Jordan Spieth, they have their eyes over the ball. And this will help you get there. I can't tell you how many times I've been over a putt without the stick on it round, and I'm like, oh, I've got to lean over more. I've got to be over the ball, and it helps me get that alignment. It's just one of those training aid tools that really allow you to build a routine. And then you can just rip the Band-Aid off and go out and shoot your best score just because you're putting. Average putts for amateurs is 35, 36. Average for pro is sub 30. So if you could just drop 3 or 4 strokes off your golf game just by putting alone, you're going to be in a better position to really enjoy the game and really start focusing on the things that are going to help you get better. And the things that help you get better are putting, chipping, and being able to record your swing. And that really encompassed this whole product in just 360 view of a golf game right in your bag, and you never have to take it out.
Oh, cool. Now, when you can putt on that long strip,
yes.
Once you line up your eyes. If you're going to know right away, right?
Absolutely. You'll feel if it's a push or pull right away. There's a little lip that you can't see obviously on this, but there's a little lip, and if you hit the perfect putt, it rolls right off, and your square means your face is square, and it'll go right off into the hole. The other option too.
David said, if you hit the perfect putt.
Correct. Yes.
And that's the whole purpose of it. If you get up on that thing, with that, you could actually practice inside your home on your carpet. It won't matter because it's all about your eyesight. It's all about practicing that swing. And then you could actually take it to the green. So you could use it on the putting green. You could use it at home to learn. A lot of people don't look over the ball. So you can learn your position and practice that, which is half the battle. And then trying to keep that ball. We even when we golf on the golf course, I pulled it. I did this. That's going to give you instantaneous results. If you can't keep it on that track, you know that you're pulling it. You know if the ball's going to be jumping. You're going to notice a whole bunch of things for putting.
Absolutely. And a lot of the pros that we spoke to at the PGA show, they were like, hey, we use a ruler, a yardstick that we got from the 99-cent store, but they're like, it doesn't have a mirror finish, obviously. Yeah. So they were saying that this feature alone was one of those things that would gravitate and help their students. So we had a lot of positive feedback from that, which was unexpected. You always think like what you build a product, you think the biggest feature will be, for me, it was the recording, but really it was the putting. because it's the
Nice.
one thing that there's not a lot of putting aids out there. I mean, there are starting to be a lot of putting aids, but this one will really truly help you. The other aspect of this too is that it telescopes, right? You see this?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the other thing is that this is engineered for the ball to roll right onto the track. So you can actually use this in your house, and
Oh.
the perfect putt won't make a sound. You'll actually hear a click left or right if you pushed or pulled. So this is immediate feedback. This right here alone will help you drop your scores on the putting green.
Nice. That's
so you
cool.
can actually see it telescopes out, and you put the ball on. It's the same concept of just putting it on the green, and it'll roll right on. And you can see that this is kind of beveled, so that the ball perfectly rolls on with the perfect putt. So if you have a square face and a perfect putt, it'll roll right on. So
it won't make
addicting.
It's a cool and neat feature. There's other stuff that the scratch stick does. What else do you have?
Yeah. So the other thing is the cross alignment. As you can see on the box there, you can put this for your feet to make sure you're properly set. Let's see if I can see that. There we go.
Yeah, we can see you. We can see a lot more than what you think. Yep.
Yeah. So you can see that cross alignment for your feet. So that's the other thing, is to be properly aligned.
There you go. Look at Mr. Wise has it up, so you could have your feet, you could have the ball, and you would know that you're squared up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's pretty neat.
And the reason why that came to be was that I played golf with my friend that was on the Canadian tour, and he's like, "You're not hitting the ball bad. You're just offline. You're putting your club head on the outside." He explained it like train tracks. He's like, the train track, you're putting your club head on the outside of the train track, so you're not even aligning correctly. So if you put your feet towards the left of the target and your head is at the flag, and this sounds like remedial, like it should be obvious, but if you're a golfer, you're just learning. You're not really you're thinking you're lined up, but your body is actually lined up at the target and not the club head. So this helps you get that alignment stick feature where you can go to the course and line it up like this. Where you have the ball in between, and you can actually hit like alignment sticks, like traditional alignment sticks. Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense. And I think for most of us, because a lot of us, whether you're even, I would say 18 to 10 handicap, that's part of the problem is that alignment in seeing what we have. Because we played just the other day, and I was hitting, and I thought originally I was like, okay, I was lining up, I was hitting everything left of my target, left of my target, left of my target. So I was like, okay, I'm going to change. And I went and changed, and I aimed right of my target. But I actually lined up the right way and hit the ball exactly where I didn't want to hit it. Because I was thinking I'm going to pull it. I thought it was pulls, even though the ball was really going straight. It was more my alignment. And I find that the most difficult part for me is finding that right way on the golf course to line myself the right way.
Yeah, and when I was learning this concept, it was always weird to me, and I knew if it felt weird, it was right. which
usually
is completely mind blowing when you're thinking about golf. You're like, oh well, it's got to feel right. But in particular, when you're lining up and you feel like you're left of the target, but really you're right on the target. So that was one thing to wrap around, get your mind around as far as alignment goes.
It's all that perception that in between your two ears is what gets to us. You know what I mean? So we know it, we think we have it, and then when we don't figure it out, we just I don't care anymore, and that's when you start hitting it straight, and it's that one shot that brings you back for the next 18 because you're just like, I don't care anymore. It's a love-hate relationship, but we're all looking for something to actually get better. There's a lot of alignments on the golf, your putters and all this other stuff. But if you don't align yourself the right way, even with putts, if you don't line up and you don't look over the ball, you're still going to push it. You're still going to pull it. You're not going to get on your right line that you need to. So learning how to hit the ball correctly where it rolls the right way is the beginning of the battle in lining yourself up,
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what I saw that you had accessories as well, when you buy the scratch stick on your website, a scratch stick and magnet. What's okay?
Yeah, so the magnet comes with the product. It's all in the package.
Oh, okay.
You can actually put this on your phone, and it adheres. It's got 3M adhesive on the back. I use this all the time. I actually use it independently of the scratch stick, but this allows you to you put it onto the monopod. So I'll show you what that looks like. So this actually will go onto your stake, so you can actually record the swing. So you can put it behind. You can do it, landscape or vertical, however you see fit to record your swing, and it really gets you the consistency of angle for a coach to send it out. Now there's so many different applications that you can go and send it on, get coach feedback. So this is really where the game has gone for the last 5 years as far as digital. With a few things that happened to the world, like it was ideal to send your swing to a coach video wise, and then they would critique it, tell you what you're doing, send it back. And a lot of that has to do with being able to get the right angles for recording.
Yeah, that seems to be what today's world is. You doing it yourself, because a lot of people don't have time. A lot of people don't want to do the traveling. It takes away a lot of the guessing for the coaches, because even the pros are utilizing it. Because you see the pros doing it where their coach can't come. When you have the more renowned coaches where they have multiple golfers in their stables, and they can't be everywhere. They can't be like, I'm just going to be with you. They have to be all over the place. So they'll have it. I work with Nick Price, and his uncle was famous, and his dad's a famous golfer, and he golfed professionally as well. And everything that I did with Nick was online. And the hardest part was that, you weren't around at that time. So I would have to have somebody film me, somebody hold it from beginning to end, and then try to catch the right angles and then send it in. And then they would process it through everything. But now they have all these programs that and then you send to your coach. Your coach can draw the lines on it and do all kinds of neat stuff just based on that, doing it on your own. How many friends want to go over there and film you on the golf course?
Not a lot.
You know what I mean? They want to go and hit some golf balls and everything else like that. And on the bottom of your stick, you saw it looks like there's a pitchfork. I stole Mr. Wise's way. I was like, it could fix divots. We were talking about it before because we've been talking about all the neat things. We were excited when he got it and how he's going to use it. And he was like, yeah, that's a pitchfork. I was like, yeah, you can fix your divots. So I stole his idea. Oh, look, see?
I apparently stole his.
Oh, you see that? And that's what I even looking at that. You see? So you're thinking about everything, and ultimately that's what sticks into the ground when you're on the range or on the course or wherever you want, wherever you're able to be. I could see using it also in sand bunkers. There's a lot of opportunity that you can use it. Even if you go home and you self-diagnose, what I mean? You can be that 6'7" or less handicapper, and you can fine tune yourself. You know what I mean? We don't know. Maybe you're flaring out a little bit. Maybe you got a chicken wing. But with that, you can stick it virtually everywhere and anywhere on the golf course and film yourself. So it's pretty neat for the instant feedback that you can get. So we know now, where are you available? I know, do you have your website?
Yeah, I know scratchstick.com. You can always, find us there. You can also buy us online at the Golf Warehouse. We're also on Golf Training Aids, and we're recently into Shields. So if you have a Shields in your area, we'd love to support. If you guys can go and buy it directly from our retailers. As I want to get this into as many hands. My biggest goal is to get into 1 million golfers' hands. Because I feel like I just want to be able to get this. I want people to feel what it's like to have a good game. It's not going to happen all the time, as we all know. Golf is a fickle game. It goes up and down. But I can think of the top 10 rounds of my life, and they're the most memorable rounds. And you just feel good when you're hitting them right. And I just want to be able to share that gift with everybody that picks up the game. Because it's a lifelong game, and if you just pick it up, a couple times a year, it's fun to hang out with the boys. But at the end of the day, people, we all know those people that get the bug, and I was one of those. Is just that's all you focus on. You're thinking about your swing when you're out to dinner with your wife.
I got my bug in the first hour of a driving range, never having golf, never did nothing. Said, I'm not going to play that stupid game, beating up a little white ball. No. I hit that thing. I went to the range, and a day and a half later, I owned my first full complete set of John Daly golf courses, and I've never stopped since then. I picked it up later in life, being a New York City boy from the Bronx. I didn't even know that there was a golf course in Van Cortlandt Park. So I had been playing every sport humanly possible and never knew that golf courses existed in New York City. So that goes to show you, where we had a golf team in high school, and it had one player, and we don't even know where he played. So, it's come a long way. So if you get that bug, it doesn't matter where you're at, where you're playing. You want to play, you want to do your best. Why people, you got somebody yapping, your significant other in your other ear, you're thinking about, where am I playing this weekend? How am I going to beat my friend? What kind of trash talking am I going to do? So yeah, you got it. And I think your idea, I'm pretty sure you're going to exceed your $1 million people.
Yeah.
Holding, having on your stick. Because it serves for so many purposes, and it folds up, it's gone. It's easy. You stick it in your golf bag and it's gone. It doesn't take up any space or anything, and it has a multitude of purposes. So bravo to you. I'm glad you survived, like the good companies have during COVID and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's perfect for the guy that, wants to be home and he can hide in his bedroom and tell his wife, or she can tell her husband, I'm sick, I'm going to go to the bedroom, and then he can go practice putting. They close the door. I think it's perfect.
Or at the office, kill some time.
Everywhere. I can see it being used.
The interesting challenge is when you take that and slide that piece out is to roll 10 balls onto that green portion where you're putting it square. Get 10 balls to roll up there 2 or 3 times, move the stick out so you're further away, and all of a sudden you become a good putter because you see everything you're doing.
And
what I found.
What do they say, Greg? The closer you get, the harder it is to putt. You know what I mean?
That 3-foot putt's where you make the money.
Where
you make the scores.
Yeah. Biggs made me putt like an 18-inch putt. And I hit the hole, and it went ring around the rosy. Ha ha ha! Sight. It didn't go in the hole, and that was from closer than that. It did the ring around the rosy. It went around the cup and came back out.
Well, that's the other thing that fork is for, because you just walk by and put it on his toe and push.
Yeah, that's it. Or you say it's inside the grip. Open it up.
Here's the grip.
Right up. Yeah, is the grip that big? Well, I know we're out of time, David. It was great to have you on, and we appreciate you. We're all going to be putting our scratch sticks to use. You'll be getting more pictures. We'll be tagging you inside of them, and we got a lot more stuff in store with you. So thank you very much for all the information. We wish you a lot of success, and we will be having you on again.
Yeah, it's a good product.
It really is. It's one of the things that I don't think it will ever get old. Oh, I think we lost him. He's gone. All right. Well, on that note, let's roll on, Mr. Biggs.
All right. More Biggs Golf Talk coming your way right after this.